So if anyone hadn't realised, I didn't realise at first, this is based on the film The Goonies. And how well it is being captured. This is the house they go to. I remember this kind of furnace in the middle here, and this room with the dead body and this fridge of some kind. And I had only ever seen the film once, a couple of years ago. I thought Goonies is such a cult classic, I need to watch this film. So I watched it, then I kind of forgot what happened in it, admittedly. And then every room I go into just brought back part of that movie that I'd completely forgotten about. Every single room, I had no idea what was coming next. When I got into the room, I was like, oh, of course, this is the next room. And that felt really good. It was a really nice, warming feeling and to build it so well that it reminded me of the scene in the film. So we go through this cave. Killer was also blown away by how similar to the film it was, how perfect they captured the scene. I do now remember this scene with all the pipes. And they flowed down here, down to this bit with the boulder. It's very like the Goonies, kind of loosely based off Indiana Jones, I guess, unless I think it came after that. This kind of going through this cave system, not getting caught by these traps. Look at that, look at the detail. Just getting that trap mechanics there. And this is why. Oh, is that that's part of the haunted bell, and that's where the bats come from. Here is the gold room, or not exactly the gold, but the wishing well room. This whole room was full of coins, and I looked up. Yes, this is the well part. There it is. Back to the surface. Every little detail is great. And then they climb down the rope, and there is spikes at the bottom, so they make sure they don't hit it. But unfortunately, I will have to. Down and down. Ah, they're just this little. Huh. Just love the blend of these Droughtland rocks to create this. I've been trying to do this in my own guild in quite some time. I just find it very difficult. These eyes, these are really nice. These are natural eyes in the Droughtland rocks. Well, the natural holes, so they've shaped it in such a way to make it look like a skull. Go to the next bit. We are running out of time. We have 1 minute to go, but I will certainly make sure I get to the end. I may have to stretch it over. These larger films may need a little bit more time to get through. This is the log bit, when they manage to get over the log. It's really fast water stream. Go through this. I love these rocks as well with these holes. I really like the use of it. And this was the room for the organ. How good is this? It's supposed to be a really, really bottomless drop here. It does feel like that. That organ. Right. Going to stop the 5-minute timer before it starts. Loads of noise. Taser at this point, she'd stormed ahead of me and she was going wee, and I was like, what on earth is she talking about? And then I realised, here we go. Oof. How good is that? That is such a nice feature. Shall go across here. I mean, even if you didn't know it was based on the Goonies, what an experience that was. Coming to this massive cavern here, after all those small little caves, coming to this huge abandoned ship in this cave, and finding, I believe, this golden staff. With all the skeletons in place. There's the diamond eye. I completely forgot about that first time now. All the details are here. Every single detail is here. And I think this was a ship. Squeeze. This whole thing is a ship, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's built itself. Check that. Is the ship being built itself? I thought this was a ship already in the game. Maybe part of it is, and it's been kind of built upon. That's my guess. Yeah, because that's definitely a ship base for sure. But I think it's being built. Yeah, this one. Okay. Wow, well done. Okay. We shall move on, and we will go to final one, which is Lovey's ult. I had a little giggle at this point because there's no doubt Lovey's standards of dimps are very high, so I knew that we were to expect something great as well. And before she made this one, I had mentioned on the forums that I was going to do the cave competition, but it took me a while to actually get round to hosting it because I wanted to see if Amigo would help on some of the prizes, which unfortunately they refused to do. And I guess Lovey was kind of inspired by the idea of a cave, and because she often does very small, very detailed builds, and she thought she'd give it a go. And then she made one, which was the Passage to Heaven, I believe it was. And then I actually released the competition. She couldn't submit it because she'd already built it. And she went ahead and built another one. So let's start the timer here. There's lots to see in this game, so I will be, really brisking over some parts, or maybe just blatantly skipping some parts, just so for other people to actually see it themselves. I don't think I'll be able to visit every room. I just like the fact that this window shows. I hadn't noticed this first time. Just the city outside. That's such a lovely touch. As we were saying, Lovey very much specialises in incredibly detailed pieces. She doesn't miss a single part. And although that might not be what I like, in terms personally, I've been liking massive atmospheric builds for some time. I love feeling like I'm in Talara in a lot of dimensions. There's absolutely no doubt that Lovey is a master of what she does at creating these incredibly detailed pieces. And the imagination that goes into some of these is incredible. So we have the room here. Oh yes, I hadn't mentioned this is obviously based off Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and how we drop into the suitcase and we get to this wonderful world here. There's the cave. And every little section is styled in its own way. It's almost like a world in its own right. We shall start going through here. Look at those. I do not think they are in the film. and this has allowed Lovey to just kind of get carried away and make her own fantastic beasts. And aren't these incredible? So imaginative. For me, if I was ever going to do a dimension build, I'd probably have to base a lot of my designs on a picture already, just to get it right. If I was going to do, say, a massive creature, I'd probably try and get inspiration from pictures. I don't believe she's done this here. This is completely from her own wonderful, creative mind. Look at those. I think this is my favourite part of the whole dimension. Look at this open up. Look at the animation. Wow. to combine that object with this kind of decor. It's amazing. Carry on. Got 2 minutes left. I've hardly scraped many of them. Here's the serpent. I do want to stay a bit longer here, but I shall keep moving. Have you seen these last time? I don't know if I saw this room last time. Maggots in the mouth. Wow, it's feeding these creatures. Putting the ship out there. Yes, I went this way instead. There's some kind of spider-like creatures here. Again in the cave-like structure. Oh! Oh wow, these are actually almost creatures, like guards. It's very clever as well. Snowy area. I wonder if she actually maybe used the book, because there's a book of all sorts of creatures in there, or she actually just decided to create these amazing creations herself. Who knows? Go into the next area. Aren't these tree creatures amazing? And then it's a window to basically another, not another world as such, but maybe another part of our world, because this was like a portal into different areas essentially. There. And the time is about to go, and I will pause it there. So I think I'll finish it there. There are more rooms, and I'm going to leave it up to other people to explore them. I remember saying particularly about this one, the skulls. I've tried to create creatures or humanoids out of just one object and angle it in different ways, rather than just cylinders, and it's incredibly hard to do because you have to spend so much time tweaking it, looking around the outside, making sure you got the angle right. So fair play on these designs. I'm sure she does it far quicker than I could ever do. It's got a natural touch to it, but it's still incredibly hard to do. Okay, well that is all of the EU ones, so I'm probably going to have a quick break now, and I'll come back to the NA ones soon. So let me pause my stream. See you in a bit. Hello! So, I'm back again, and we are now going to go with the NA tools. I'm actually going to... Oh, there's a difficulty dragging it over. There we go. So, we're going to explore the NA ones. There's a lot more NA ones actually than there were EU, so not even halfway through. I remember I got to about this stage, missed just as this one when I started that one when it came to the stream. So I've basically got to get down to here and record them. So we've got all of Deepwood to do and some of Fwob to do, and hopefully I'll actually do something a little bit better. So let's drag that back over and let's go into so, and it's called It's a Bird, It's a Plane. There it is. I've just realised looking at that list, I asked everyone's favourite pasta shape. Don't know why, just felt like it, was in the mood to do it, and I'm so glad at the feedback of that. I'm actually shocked how many different types that actually are, really. And orecchietti is the favourite pasta shape. Is so? Like that is relevant in any way. So I'm going to put the timer on. Start the 5 minutes. And here we go. Now this is very different to some of the caves we've seen so far. It's quite loud, that light. Might have to turn it down a little bit. Well, it's loud for me anyway. So, got an ice cave here. I wonder what this is about. Well, if you recognise the title, you should know what this is with reference to, and it is Superman. Here we have him, flying through the sky, and this will clearly be his home. I forgot the actual name. Let's do a quick search. Ice. What's it called? Fortress of Solitude. So this is based on that. What a great little north. Killer had mentioned that he just finds it funny how the art style of Talara is quite, you know, it's quite realistic and it's dark, and these morphs, because we're limited in the items we choose, they look very cartoonish, and at first glance people might not be very accustomed to that because the whole setting is very different to the actual morph itself, but once you get used to them, you start really enjoying how funny something can be and how creative something can be, and see if they ever add an easier way of creating humanoids in the game. I think people still carry on doing these morphs because they're really quite fun for a lot of people. And you kind of have to guess what some of the pieces have been made out of. And I was wondering, how's this belt being made? And it was one of the judges who guessed that it was cheese, a cheese roll there. So I was quite impressed by that. This cloak is really quite nice as well. Here's the rest of the cave. They fit quite nicely into the theme of the ice cave. Similar colour scheme. I assume this is reference to some kind of hologram of his father, and I think the effects there that does make it look like it is something like that. So well done there. We have this huge pattern on the floor here. Really love those items. They're quite rare to get though. Cave itself. It's taken ages to do each little piece here. Might have a little look outside again. I think this was the dim to choose really, wasn't it? Because you've got all these wonderful rocks from Octus Monastery flying in the air. It does feel like there is some kind of magical chaos going on outside. It's a really nice dimension to set this in. But the real focus, of course, is this wall here. I might get a nice little angle there. Oh, there he is. His cheeky little lips. His cheeky little butt. And on that note, I think we shall go to the next. So, I only spent 4 minutes in that one, but I think you can certainly get the idea of what the focus was here. It was a nice small one, which is somewhat a relief. We're going to go to Che now. Che was very active in the stream, lots of support. And we are about to go to, I believe, Twisted Hollow. But another one was entered into the old build, the Hidden Escape, so she built an even newer one. And this was Scarlet Gorge. Sorry about that. Killer, as usual, is trying to break the game by getting out somehow. Very naughty, good. He managed to get, and he realised it was Scarlet Gorge. But it's definitely very well terraformed to mask that for now. And I believe we should follow the arrow. Look at that. It's like a stump of a tree, so we're going inside the stump, down into the cave. Hello, Dead Simon. It's a really nice effect there, isn't it? I don't necessarily feel like I'm in a cave at the moment. It's a nice feature. Oh, I forgot to put the timer, so let's set that, let's say 4 minutes. Carry on. Okay. Got help us. Ugh. Came after me, that one. Now we shall pull further in. And what do we have? We have a mansion inside a cave. Use the inn as a centerpiece, which I really like, you know, just trying to work with what you're given, because a lot of people have said that they find it very difficult to build in these. I saw forum posts recently, and it's because these curves here are they're not straight and very hard to work with. She's done a very good job there. Not like changed it, but add to it. We go up to here. This is something that's not normally there. The hologram projector. Nice tables. I like the lighting. Very warm. This bit has been added as well, so a few nice little additions here. As well. Huh. And we shall go through the VIP section. Got a little arrow dropping down that actually goes back to the room, and we've got the naughty room. I was saying how annoying I find this guy's voice. Gives a I'm giving it. Come on. Don't shy while I'm here. There he is. And we shall go back to the room. Go back outside. Beautiful garden. nice lighting with all these crystals on the roof. Oh, and of course, don't forget about this bit. That fountain. Wow. Colours coming through there. Very pretty. And then finally, have the view of Scarlet Gorge. And I really like that addition there. Didn't shy away from actually using the original dim as part of the piece. And I really like the smog. Very different to the original dimensions. It's a really nice view actually. I really like it. Okay, so well done. That goes right underneath. It goes onto the edge there. And into the actual natural stream there. Oh, sorry. Was that a natural stream? Maybe that's just rocks. Yeah, maybe it's just rocks actually. Okay. Moving on then. Can't wait to see more from JJ. Because I believe JJ is only 3 at the moment. So lots of potential coming from there for sure. We're now off to part 2 of the Crucible. Now we saw part 1 yesterday, or actually to me 2 days ago, for the existing, and it was huge. So much to see and so hard to fit into 5 minutes. And this one again is going to be difficult to fit in 5 minutes, but I'll do my best. So I will start the timer again. And lovely little addition here, because the one from the other one said part 2, so this is the link here. So a couple of people have tried this, trying to like make several dims linked together, which is a nice little thing to do. The Exodus continues. I'm going to have to quite quick. I don't want to be too jolty, because when I'm on the mount, the camera is a bit sickening, so I'll do my best to run through it. And the first thing I said was just how much I love this tube here, of this lava. I've been trying to do something like this myself in the guild dimension, and I'm probably going to nick this because this is how you do it. It's a really nice way of featuring. Go through here. Need to clearly get more of these lava items then as a result. And I think this block here is, I'll come to think of it, covers the fact that this kind of thickens at one end, and then she started again. That's a really nice way of masking that, and really clever way. Burning guy, really clever. So, middle part here. The question is, where do we go? It's just so animated, isn't it? I love when dims are, they do their best with what they've got in terms of animations. Again, Katesi was like, I should be burning my feet off here. You certainly should be. And I think actually if you do go into the lava, it actually does hurt you. The realism alive there. Look at that, you can't actually get through here, but it's a nice way of just seeing what else could be explored and how large this place is. Just check a few things, check everything running properly. Don't want to make the same mistake as previous, not actually be recording it. I am having to mount just to make sure I get everything in. The question is, what path do I go in? Well, I went that path, so I might actually go this path this time. I didn't manage to go down here in time. Wow. Wow. Is this is a Mythosian's Cascades? This is not being completely created. There is, as I say, there's this on the system. There is a story to this. This idea of people going deep into a volcano and then starting to mess with the volcano's power, trying to gain energy from it, and as a result, went a little bit too far. The volcano decided it's enough. Clearly tell it's from temple. Freshening fires below. Way down here. The hound doing the time. Let's just have a little sneak peek. Got 45 seconds left. Which I've actually done quite well getting this fit into this time. And I shall probably mount up a little bit. Again, another incredibly crafted room. All being crafted this. Still not out yet. I'm going to pause the timer. Hopefully get to the last very quickly. Look at that. I just add in that decor. This is why I need to spend far more time in this place. Again, I'm not judging this yet. I'm just exploring and showing it all. Lots of corridors, great little materials. Another temple. Found the exit to the volcano, or to the temple that is inside the volcano. Look at those sculptures. Very good. Yeah, I actually don't know what's going on here. When I get to explore it more, I will try and understand the story a bit more. But there is a sign around here. There it is, included in C3 Rebirth. So there's one final stage to go. And I wonder why it's called Rebirth. I think it might have to be something to do with maybe they'll try and fix their ways. This might be something to do with it. I'm not quite sure. And this is, I assume, is where everyone is seeking refuge here. Yeah, very nicely done. And to think we were in Mythosian's Cascades, and to think that everything was in essentially half of this dimension. It looks like we've got full dimension here, but you can see this is actually rock that's been implemented to assume that this is the whole outside area, when in fact half of it is being crafted inside. So, another fabulous build there, details. Can't wait to see more. We're off to now. No, that's what I've just done. Lorellen, which is the Alt of Maybella. Ah, yes, this one unfortunately wasn't opened. The dimension name was never confirmed, so I assume the player just decided they weren't going to finish it. Now, if I search RGI, it won't come up, so I need to search the title here. Moonshade Smuggler's Town. glad we found it because we were worried we couldn't find it first. RJ put a lot of effort into this. Okay. Edgestone Ridge. We'll jump just in case. Oh, there we go. Straight into the cave. So this might happen. The sky sometimes bugs. It did happen last time. So I'm just going to pop out and pop back in, and hopefully it will fix itself. And as you can see, it's bugged out here as well, so it's not just a dimension issue. Moonshade Smuggler's Town. Oh. There it is, nice and fixed. So we've got a night sky. Well, not night sky, but evening. So that's quite clearly we have a cave going on. It's very inviting. It's huge entrance here. Some defense cannons. Who's going to attack this place, I assume? Flying ships of some kind. Just never really took in the fact that you really can't see outside. You really feel like you're high in the mountains here. So that choice of a misty projector was nice, because actually you can just about see the water. And there's the line there, and if you didn't have that mist effect, that would have not looked as good. So really nice there. And oh look, it's a cloud layer. Crikey, they're hard to come by these days. I only just made one yesterday when I found some notes on the auction house. I was so happy to find them. So that's a really hard item to come by these days. So let's go inside. And I forgot to do a timer. I was ranting on. Didn't really get to see it, so I'll put 5 minutes now. Let's get ourselves inside. That for an entrance. And look at that. I mean, I was getting very tired at this point, and I was just kind of shocked in silence when I saw this. It's quite quiet. I just was zooming through, had to turn off my sound, but I really do like that streets inside this cave system. It's circular. It just makes it look so expansive. I'm going to go through here first this time. Centerpiece. That's actually a monument under another one. Have what looks like kind of the village centre where people are selling their produce. Like that. It suggests more to go. Mount up a little bit. South around. There's a little room I didn't see last time. Immersing yourself in that cave, doing little burrows on the side. I like that. Okay. Now, up this way first. Here we have what looks like a mine. Half of its craft. Oh, it looks like it's broken maybe. It's gone wrong here. And then we have a separate room here. There's the cloud layer coming through. That huge cave. Come down here and lovely open plaza. What looks like another entrance into the temple. It's a lovely balcony, isn't it? View into the unknown. We shall go back up. Again, all the judges were zooming off in front of me at this point, exploring the whole area. I was very much a slow coach in a lot of this, therefore didn't get to explore everything in time. Making all sorts of comments about things I hadn't actually seen yet. They were laughing about something later on. It was a little bit naughty. RGI claimed that they forgot to take it out. I don't know how much I can believe about that, but you can see there is something up there. And we have this open area here. Again, creating that atmosphere of an active city. We shall carry on through this gate. We are now inside boardroom. We have almost like a garden-like feature to this place. Secret passage through here. Well, not so secret really, because it goes towards a church. 40 seconds left, so I think we'll just... I'm actually quite impressed how well I've done to fit some of these into 5 minutes. There's the throne. We shall sneak round here. Where are you? There you are. Tried to hide it, but I found it. Sneak, sneak. It's very naughty. Okay. Oh, and all down here. I could be breaking the dim if I start going around these areas. Okay, and there's the bell. So, on to the next. I don't think I have explored much of RGO's dimensions. I think they may have more. Problem is you can't search here, so I'd have to add them as friends and then maybe explore them. And this is one thing I had noticed. I was kind of really frustrated about it actually, that as someone who tries to tour as much as possible, I thought I'd like seen at least 90% of the dimmers out there. Clearly I'm nowhere near it because there are still so many builders out there who keep quiet. You may only have like 3 or 4, but when you go into them they're as impressive as this. And it's very hard to find them because the weekly list is useless. It's not going to help you. I mean, these public weeklies, the weeklies, sorry, are fine. It's the all-time that is just risky. Some of them are great, no doubt, but to get that many votes, you basically have to invite a lot of people and ask them to vote, which is, yeah, it can be dodgy doing it that way. So these will only get about 20-30, particularly in this stage and risk cycle. We just have to appreciate that, and hopefully I will help people to find these once I start releasing some kind of spreadsheet, helping people discover the builders out there. Almost got it. It's on a Google form, but I certainly need to add a couple more. If you want that link, just let me know on Discord and I'll give it you. So if you really want to explore what I consider worthwhile dimensions to visit, please ask, but there's still lots of names to add to that. Anyway, let's not get carried away. Let's go on to Stacy D, Rustic Rock Inn, with a favourite pasta shape of tagliatelle.